This is a special report coming to you from the Skills and Technology newsroom high atop the towering metropolis of New York City. The following information has... Oh my God, I can't really do this for real. Anyway, here you go, Lou. Take it away.
Joe, you know how much I love words, and I know how much you love words. And today's industry word is sweetening, which I couldn't even begin to guess what the heck it is. Why don't you take this on?
Okay, sweetening is basically enhancing with either effects or other noises and sounds, atmospheric sounds, things that make a scene come alive.
Okay.
Foley would be something. Foley being sound effects, guy's foot walking across the street. Those are added in
Oh,
later. That's not real stuff. So that's
right,
all.
right.
That's all sweetening. So you'd get a track or a narration from somebody, a dialogue track, and you get it in, and then you sweeten it. You clean up the dialogue so it's EQ'd right. It has a nice verb on it. Sounds pretty. And then you add in, oh, I might add a track of music. Oh, and over here, let's add a sound effect. Let's put this in. Da 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 da. And
Huh.
that's basically what sweetening is.
So so basically, if you closed your eyes and were watching something on TV or a movie, all that stuff in the background minus the dialogue is pretty much the sweetening, wouldn't it be?
Yes. And those, it's a big, I mean, it's a recording industry thing because
Yeah,
after
yeah.
things are done in video post production houses, they go to sweetening
Right.
houses. And that's where all that stuff lives. There's sound effects, synthesizers, analog things, racks of sounds, and it's a regular
Oh,
recording session that happens. Uh, and the bigger the project, the bigger the sweetening. Think of a
wow.
think of Star Wars. Think of Lucasfilms. Their sweetening rooms, their layback rooms are huge. They're as big as their film post production rooms.
That's absolutely crazy. And you know what? I got a 30-second story. I heard that the sound of the phaser or the gun in Star Wars was, do you know when those old telephone poles, if you live in the East Coast, there's telephone poles, they got that steel wire that sometimes hold them straight into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
They make like a isosceles triangle. Somebody hit that with a stick and it went wah, 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 wah. It's not the sound of the laser, but if I was a better sweetener, it would sound like it. And that's how somebody captured that audio to make that laser sound.
Yeah, and that story's valid, but there's thousands
Thousands
and
of them.
thousands and thousands because pre-digital synthesizers, which is
Right.
synthetic sound,
Yep.
you had to capture everything with a microphone out in the real world. And then you would
Wow.
reverse the tape and you'd lay something else over it. And all those little effecty things can now be done digitally, with much more efficiency and much more complexity to what they're doing. But that's it. That's what sweetening is in a nutshell.
That's cool. Let me ask you really quick. How do you get a job in this? What do you need to work there? Because you said there's sweetening shops. I want to work at a sweetening shop. What's one skill I got to learn?
Okay, right off the bat with anything, one of my pet peeves is critical listening. And
Okay.
this, it's ear training. Musicians go through it. You're going through like a Juilliard or a Berkeley. You're going through ear training. You're listening to an orchestra and to being able to identify the instrument and where it is and what it's playing, so forth and so on. But the
Right.
same's true in sweetening. You have to be able to understand the environment that you're creating or the scene that you're creating, and you have to know how well it is. I mean, and how all the sounds and the nuances of that are. Because as you said earlier, close your eyes, you should be able to put them in that position. A typical thing is, somebody walking down a street. Well, is the
Right.
street cobblestone? Is the street brick? Is it
Right.
wet? Is it muddy? They have sneakers on? Do they have shoes on? Those are all,
Yeah.
how far away are they walking? Are there
Yep.
buildings on either side? Does that create an echo? One of the things I like to train some of the guys when they were coming up, I have two areas that I try to tell them to go sit in. One is in the summer, go sit in the backyard if you live outside of the suburbs. I mean, outside of
Right.
the city. Go sit in the
Right.
backyard, close your eyes, and listen to everything you hear and start identifying it. But more fun is go sit in a diner.
Huh.
And if you sit in a diner and really start listening, you're going to
Right.
start hearing things are going to start coming to you. Oh, wow, I never thought about that. I never thought about that, because you're going to have, indiscriminate chatter going on. And then you're going to
Sure.
have like a waiter or waitress walk by you, and actually you'll hear a couple of words as they come and they go. And behind that, you'll hear dishes clanking, but it's how you place it in, because if you make the dishes too loud and you're seeing there aren't any dishes right in front of you,
Right.
it's weird. So
Yeah.
you have to make sure what you're seeing visually says, and you're matching that. You can't make a loud diner if your scene has one person and it's 3 a.m.
Right.
But
Right.
if your
Right.
diner is and your subject is, your actor is sitting next to the window, and
Yep.
there's traffic outside, you need to hear that traffic, or you don't. Is there music playing? Is there somebody all of those things, and it's where they happen, and how loud something is on top of something on top of something. It's pretty
Right.
complex.
Yeah, it's totally complex. And you know what? You wrote a great article, a great blog at ferrocity.com. Why don't I invite everybody to head over there and take a look at it? We'll put a link in our show notes today. Joe, thanks, buddy. That's all the time we've got, and I'll see you next time.
You got it. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to today's show. We've got some really exciting online courses coming up on ferrocity.com. See for yourself the exclusive details at ferrocity.com, and make sure you get on board for early notification of class openings, enrollment opportunities, and founding member benefits. Details at ferrocity.com.